Hello everybody. Um, Today I wanted to talk about something specific to World of Tanks. So those of you who don't play World of Tanks will not understand at all what I'm talking about and probably will not care to watch this video. The issue here is with the map called Himmelsdorf.
Let's go.
There's this really popular strategy which is to take the hill on Himmelsdorf, which is basically at coordinates F0 to D0, and there's this widespread popular belief, I even call it a religion, that believes that if you take the hill you win the match. Now to me this is the stupidest reasoning I've ever heard of, because basically the only reason why matches are won often when people take the hill is only because the other team believes the same thing and sends all their troops there. So, i.e., blowing up most of the other tanks on the other team will enable a victory often, which kind of makes sense, right? But here's the issue. If the other team doesn't send any tanks at all to the base, and you send 2 tanks or 3 tanks or 4 tanks, and you send 3/4 of your team to the base, you get almost an instant victory, because you're just going to demolish the tanks that are there, and then you're going to sit on cap, and cap goes pretty fast once you have several tanks on it. You know, and something else that people don't really consider is because they think because you win the hill you have this strategic overlook where you can fire down at the tanks below and no one will see you coming, no one will be able to avoid your shots, but that's just silly. I mean, any team that knows what they're doing can coordinate and move all their tanks up against the east, against the walls on the west side of all the buildings, so that basically no one from the east can get a single shot across onto them, even if it's artillery, because artillery doesn't have that kind of an arc, it'll just hit the top of the building. So there's really nothing the other team can do, and what you're watching right now is a easy cap victory, and basically all that the people that went to the base on this team did is a couple of us got on cap, more of us could have been capping, but regardless, a couple of us got on cap, and the other tanks stayed around in the streets and covered. And basically if you have tanks, you know, if you send 5 tanks to the cap and you have 10 tanks in line 1, 2, and 3, or more specifically 2 and 3, and just rush and clobber the other tanks, victory is almost assured. There's really no way the other teams can actually see this coming because of the Himmelsdorf hill religion, where basically everybody believes that, you know, take the hill, win the game, like I said. You know, and that reasoning is just so stupid, because you could just say, well, everybody go to D4 or whatever coordinate, and if the other team believes the same thing, well then the results of the confrontation will likely give you a hint about who's going to win the match. But that's it. It's really not any simpler than that. So if nobody goes to the fight and everybody goes to the cap, it's an instant victory. And what you're gonna see right here is me telling the guy basically that he's an idiot because he's calling us dumbasses, and us dumbasses just won the match. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.